Hi, I'm Stuart Ball and welcome to lesson 5 of the caged system, and we're going to be looking at the final shape, which is the D shape, and the open voiced campfire chord would be this one. I'm sure you've all seen that if you've played Crazy Little Thing Called Love or many tunes that have that voicing in them. Okay, so we have open D, we have second on the G, we have third on the B, and second on the high E. Now, if we move that up to A, just to stay consistent with what we've done so far, we would be up here, and you would probably notice that this is kind of looking similar to the C shape. Now, the actual shape that we would use, and I don't use this as a chord, I've got to be honest with you, I always use other inversions, but it is good to know it so that you can navigate this nicely, would be this shape here, and that would be first finger on the 7th fret D, you'd have your second finger on the 9th fret G, you would have your pinky on the 10th fret B string, and your third finger would be on the 9th fret high E, and you would have this shape here. And the pentatonic that would surround this, the minor pentatonic that would surround this, would be number 2. And if you've watched my pentatonic lessons, you'll see that. So here is the arpeggio. Now, if we actually added some other notes in the bass region to this arpeggio, which is worth noting for this particular shape, we would have 9 on the low E, which would be the major third of A. We'd have 7 on the A and 7 on the D, and that would give us the 5th of A and the root being A. Now, let me just run through some licks that work really nicely in this position, because the second that we go up here, we're in our C shape. So we want to stay around this kind of area to utilize it. So a really good one to use would be the F sharp and the G note, as we did before. And also there's a little sliding lick that I like to use in this position, which is kind of like a major pentatonic lick, but that you play this A and then you slide, excuse me, up to 11 from 9, and you play 9 to 11, and you're kind of moving from this D shape into the C shape. And this is a little bit of a grey area because they do both share this shape right here. Now, where this does start to get really handy, or at least for me, is when you start to pivot from the C, the minor third, slide down to the B, and then onto the A. And also coming off of the F sharp note, which in this case is going to be on the 9A. So we get this kind of effect. And we can also pivot from this G, and we get this really nice bluesy kind of, and then sliding up into the C shape, as we did in that lick just a few moments ago. So and there's a Larry Carlton lick that I stole a long time ago, which sounds something like this, if I can remember. Or sometimes I think it's more like, that's it. But you're going between those two shapes and you're basically sliding using the A, the B and the C. You're doing exactly the same thing, but this time using E, F sharp and G on the G string. So, and we go down into the D shape position, as I said before. then I'm just doing a little C to C sharp, minor to major third, and then finishing on the A. Okay, and this is a really good one for using the minor and major thing. If we take this D shape and then work off of this minor third here, pentatonic position 2. And that is the D shape, and I think you'll agree it's just a great way to sort of, you know, transverse the neck, I think it's called, or at least to move about, traverse the neck. It's a great way to traverse the neck and move between positions.